So RICO laws were designed to go after nefarious gangsters, and now the government's using them to go after real estate investors. Rightfully so, though. So today we're going to talk about how these people with over 70 real estate properties units racked up over 4,000 violations. And by the way, this property is worth $16 million. So this is going to be pretty interesting. Welcome to another edition of Freedom Fridays. I'm Kamari here with Jimmy. We're going to have some fun. And we also have our Bitcoin giveaway. Y'all know we do this every Friday. But how you doing today, Jim?
Hey, listen, man, I'm here. I have no complaints. Shout out to everybody that's pulled up to join us live. We definitely appreciate you. Kamari didn't do it justice with this intro, man. Listen.
I just want to tease it a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's what she said. Yo, they throwing the RICO around like this is crazy, but this story is wild too. They were violating at a
super wild.
Yeah, death to all slumlords, by the
way. I mean, it's pretty wild. But before we get into it, let's check in with the people. I see we got somebody saying, Don Johnson.
Shout out to Don, man.
Shout out to Don Johnson.
Don is a legend, man.
If y'all don't know, before we get into this, listen, Jimmy, myself, and a few other people are doing a major event to support the African American Museum in Philadelphia. And as soon as we put it out, Don Johnson supported. He brought 10 tickets. It's a cash mob, y'all. He brought 10 tickets to the African American Museum. Mm-hmm. Don, I hope you're able to come. But just off the rip, God damn it. Well, you get out of that, man.
Listen, you sounded crazy.
No. Listen, man, I need you to get in tune with the spirit. I'm a righteous black God, man. Ain't nobody talking about that.
I respect that, but you don't. I respect that.
Don,
I do respect that.
Messed it all up. Thank you, brother. Thank you,
Don. You are appreciated, beloved. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I'm not wishing the kind of stuff with you that Kamari is, but what's good,
Don will probably co-sign what you just said, though.
Yeah, because you sounded nuts.
He would the shenanigans too. But thank you, Don. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. But this Saturday, February 28th, we are going to do another cash mob, as we always do, supporting Black institutions. Black history is being attacked, y'all. Black books are being banned. Our stories are being erased. And so we were asked to do an event to support the African American Museum in Philadelphia. They've got a wonderful exhibit from Ruth Carter. If you don't know that name, Ruth Carter is the costume designer from Sinners, Wakanda 1 and 2, and there's a few other.
A
lot of her portfolio.
Malcolm X.
Who else?
I think Jackie Robinson.
Yes.
What the hell else she did? She's done so many things. Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Sparkle, Love and Basketball.
So there's going to be an exhibit there that we're going to support, and we're going to have a live conversation as well, talking about the future of Black philanthropy. So if you're around, pull up on us and check us out. Why is my dog going crazy? Hopefully y'all can't hear my dog.
No, I didn't hear you, dog. But that's going to be a super dope event. 701 Arch Street is the address for the African American Museum.
Yes, it is.
I know that because I looked it up because I was pocket watching I was trying to figure out about the land and the whole nine, but that's either here or there.
You know what? It was funny. I was thinking the same thing because I know the story about how the Black Museum in DC was created, right? Basically, it happened through a lot of donations. And I was wondering how our museum got there. I should know that history. We should know that history.
I don't know the history if I got there, but I know that the land was given to the museum to build that. It was the government owned. So
in Philly or in DC?
In Philly.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
because I know now they're talking about moving. So
to where though?
I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure.
I mean, I got some stuff for sale. They looking, shocked that y'all out there looking. Holler at me. I got, but I digress.
All right, listen, Don, I appreciate you, brother. Always good to support. Yes, you are, man. Because Don always supports. He supports our
always the camp.
Came through heavy. Appreciate it. What else, Cedric?
Super appreciative of you, Don. Listen, man, that's what it takes, though. It takes a full village to actually make stuff get done, man. So
yes, it does.
We're gonna put that work in, and we appreciate Don. Don is part of the squad.
Yes, it is. Now, Jimmy, I know you've been out in these streets talking about real estate, teaching class. What you got going on, man?
I'm exhausted right now, man. By the way, shout out to my brother Kamari too, man. I'm gonna tell you why. So me and Kamari are essentially volunteering at this point. We're teaching a high school class over the next total of 6 weeks, the next 5 weeks. Shout out to our brother Karan for
Shout out to Karan.
Giving us the opportunity. But we are teaching a group of kids in an alternative high school, and it's actually pretty funny. By the way, Kamari, I got some clips from that.
So why do I get a shout out for that? What did I do?
Because you put in work. No, it's no slander. You put in work. You show up for the babies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I'm always here for the babies, man. Always.
So that's dope too. So we're doing that right in North Philly. I was gonna say name of the school is what? Yes, we can.
Yes, Philly. Yes, Philly.
Yes, Philly. I was about to say yes, we can. Here I sound like I'm preaching. Yes, Philly. Shout out to Yes, Philly. And
also shout out to you too, Jim, because you took time off work. I mean, I'm self-employed, but you took time off work.
Hey, listen, man. I do what I have to, man. I'm all about the people, man. I'm gonna take care of the people. When worst come to worst, my people come first.
Okay, Prodigy. Listen, I think though, just real quick before we get into this, real quick, I always people be like, Kamari, why do you all always do this? I feel like everybody should be doing this. Right. I mean, you could have a business and get back to your people. You could have a job and get back to your people. I don't think, listen, it is a sacrifice. Don't get me wrong, because Jim said he's tired. I know I'm tired too, plus it's tax season, right?
Yo, because I had that, plus I had the event last night for the Urban League joint. So yeah, that was super dope too. I sat on a panel last night and talked about real estate within the city of Philadelphia. It was me,
Liz was there too, right?
Liz was moderating. There was A-Lee was there, who was on the panel. Erica, who's the president of PNBR, and also the chairman of the Land Bank is a sister. She was on the panel too. So yeah, so it was some heavy hitters up there. And I'm laughing because shout out to A-Lee too, because A-Lee was just on HGTV. So for those that like HGTV, go check out A-Lee's episode. It just dropped. Shout out to A-Lee. He was on House Hunters and whatnot. So but he was on the panel. But we had fun, man. It was very informative, and then there was another panel about education in the city. So
okay.
And outside of that, though, what's really been like keeping me up is I was working on a project for school, and when I tell you, dog, I put in to the point where shout out to everybody in the village. I know I told y'all content every day, and I dropped the ball, missed a day. Y'all have no idea though. Like when I tell you this joint took a toll on me, beloved. Yeah, it took a toll on me, but
so
I got it done.
Can you share what you did in the village?
All right, let me see it. I'll share a little bit of it right now. To show you what it looks like. Pause.
Why do you need to say pause for that? Why are you looking for that? What else, Cedric? Happy Friday. Welcome to Mills in the building. What up, though? And Don Johnson with the Super Black Facts. Largest donations to the DC Museum was Robert F. Johnson and Oprah. 20 millies a piece.
Man.
Thank you for that, Don. That's what's up.
I'm like, yo, if I drop 20 million, y'all gonna have to put like I'm gonna have to have something specific about me in the museum that's gonna outlive me. I'm pretty sure. I haven't been. Have you been?
Yes, I've been. It's super dope. Now I need to go back because when I went, I wasn't able to get to the basement or the lower levels because it was super dope. But I hear the basement super level is super dope too. It is not something that you should do in one sitting, in my opinion.
Yeah, everybody.
So when I go back, I think I'm going to stay a weekend in DC, or at least 2 days in DC, and just go through it and just take my time because our history is amazing. Black history is amazing.
So I'll be honest with you, I haven't been. I just haven't had time to. But
all right, summer field trip.
Let's get it.
There we go. All right, Don Johnson said they both do. Robert Smith has an exhibit there, and so does Oprah.
Okay, let's get it.
Don just went last week. Yes, take at least 2 to 3 days. Yes, I agree.
Don gets money.
Because if you just glaze through that thing quick, and I know Jimmy's about to say pause.
I'm chilling. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say, bro.
If you run through that thing, I know Jimmy wants to say pause again, but you will miss a lot of stuff. Yeah,
but because what's the size of it? I know pause. I know it's like they talked about just how much went into it. What was the
Yeah.
total tab on it? If they both donated 20 million, that's 40 right there. What was the total tab on that museum?
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a
It's
lot.
gotta be insane. Like that's an insane tab right there. Interesting though. I know somebody's looking it up.
I'm looking it up right now. Can't let that go.
Let us know what that tab is.
All right. So the project was funded through a 50-50 public-private partnership. So, but it was $540 million. $540 million. Jeez.
Mm.
All right.
So
Retail trailer. Welcome.
Don said he did almost 7 miles when he went to the joint.
Y'all got y'all steps in. Listen, the space is huge. The space is huge.
That's a little overwhelming right there.
Now, this is interesting. All right, so again, the total budget was $540 million, but the funding structure was 50% came from congressional appropriations, 50% came from private fundraising. I mean, that's amazing.
That's also interesting because I'm wondering, like, has main man thought about how he going to attack that?
I'm sure he is. That's why we got to defend Black history at every turn, y'all. At every turn. So, when we're talking about defending Black history, we also have to defend Black institutions, because oftentimes Black institutions are the things that are protecting our history. So you can't really have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so GC just chimed in. What up, GC?
GC, what's good with you?
Friday. Housing is a serious issue. This is the second headline I've seen about some RICO charges regarding housing. I've just seen this one. What's the other one you've seen?
So housing absolutely is a serious issue. Housing is a human right. And I know that sounds crazy from someone who's in the real estate business, right? But housing is a human right. And it's an issue everywhere. And I think that's the crazy part. The crazy part is I'm so locked into like my local real estate market. But when I start to do research outside of that, like I was looking at some stuff the other day in Baltimore, Delaware, right? All up and down the coast. And everybody is dealing with the same issue, like lack of housing. The crazy part is, I saw someone put up a post earlier. It said that the problem isn't a lack of housing, it's a lack of affordable housing, because a lot of these apartments that are sitting around empty because nobody can afford them, right? But, it's math. Shot to kill. It's all this math, right? It costs X amount to build. You have to pay taxes. You have to pay holding costs. You have to charge a certain amount. So
don't forget pay to play. The politics.
Politics as usual, which goes into our main topic right away, right?
It's all politics.
But, yeah, it is. But politics and real estate are just linked at the hip, and they can never be separated.
Correct.
Because it's the land. Yep. If you go back to Rome, one of the reasons that people, even in the beginning of what they call quote unquote politics, the idea was really to protect your land, right? Mm-hmm. So the wealthy landowners would either send their kids or a brother or somebody to represent them in council, pretty much to help make sure legislation protected their land. It all goes back to land. Gotcha. So, that's how the whole thing started. In ancient Rome, you talk about the Senate. That's what the Senate started from. It's to protect the wealth of the people that own land. So I say all that to say this: you can't separate the two. But it is an issue, and it's something that's going to have to be addressed. And I think the thing about addressing housing in our country that makes it difficult is that difficult decisions have to be made. And when you make decisions that affect everybody, there's always going to be half of the population that don't agree with it.
So it has to be done. Everybody's not going to be happy. Somebody's going to be mad.
But that's the way it has to be, man. So I always respect people that have the ability to make tough decisions. Because in the moment, you're going to have to feel the wrath of that decision that you made. But history always, shows
you was right or wrong.
Yeah, man. History takes care of you, man. Right. I was reading about what was the man's name? Volcker, the Fed chair.
Volcker. Yep, when he raised rates. Yep.
Right, but I know the story because again, this wasn't in my heyday, my prime, right? But when you read back and you realize just how hated he was and how people treated him. But he essentially saved our economy.
He did.
But think about having to make that decision in that moment.
I mean, if you're a real one and you're really for the people, you get it. I mean, I won't say it's an easy decision, but a person will be able to go through it pretty quickly.
You
But
think?
sometimes, yeah. All right, so Don Johnson says they actually have the casket for Emmett Till was buried in. Wow, they have that at the museum in DC. I don't know if that was there when I went. But real quick, thank you, Cedric. Thank you for the $20
something
super
funny,
chat.
Kumar,
Thank you,
about what you just said. Something funny about what you just said, right? So when it first was announced that it was a museum, or whatever, I was trying to get tickets, and someone had tickets they were going to give me, but then other people were like, "Wait a while, they're still adding stuff, right?" So like a doofus, I waited, and then I waited, and I still haven't been. So there's that.
Well, it ain't too late. Listen, man.
No, it's never too late, but it's just that
I got an
you keep putting stuff off.
I got an idea. So me and Jimmy we be battling about who got the best music, right? That's like a daily thing for us amongst our pause battles. But we could go to DC, catch a show, do dinner, do the museum, and make a whole thing out of it.
With our ladies, though, right? Because that sounded a little,
Of course, with our wives.
I just want to put that. I just want to put that on the record.
Listen, man, some things don't need to be said. They already.
All right. So listen though. It ain't that really. It's just like some of the people you champion, right, are dope people, but you be like,
Everybody got champions, though.
No, by the way, listen.
Shout out to Eric Robertson, new book, just on the Tamron Hall show. Shout out to him.
I saw him on there. I thought, I didn't know he had a new book though, because
the GOAT.
I saw he had a new song, and I thought maybe he was on there because he had a new song. So he has a new book out.
Both.
Is the book about his life?
Both. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm sure it is though.
What kind of fan are you?
Let's see if PJ Morton gets a mention.
Here you go. PJ Morton's book was dope, but even beyond that.
And he mentioned Eric Roberson in there twice. This is inside baseball, y'all. I know y'all don't care about this.
Yeah, y'all don't care about PJ Morton or Eric Roberson. By the way, PJ Morton just dropped the interview with Teddy Riley, but I digress.
Okay, that should be dope. Hear that with me. All right, well, let's roll the tape, y'all. Let's get into why we came here.
Use falsified financial documents to trick lenders into giving them large loans to purchase primarily rent-controlled properties under the guise of profitable redevelopment. They then rent these units to tenants who receive housing subsidies while allowing the properties to fall into disrepair. The Razjulians have racked up an astounding 4,000 housing code violations across their properties. As a result, hundreds of the district's most vulnerable residents, the vast majority of whom live east of the river, are forced to endure horrific living conditions, including rodent and insect infestation, gas leaks, dangerous electrical hazards, mountains of trash, mold, and flooding. Families have been displaced, forced to move out of condemned buildings that, as a result of the Razjulian slumlord empire, were too dangerous to live in. Investigators in my office report that the conditions at these properties are amongst the worst they have ever seen in the District of Columbia.
Damn.
That's crazy. Now I got another clip I want to play in a minute, but like, how do you get 4,000 violations?
There's so many things wrong with that, right? So the Razjulians are scum of the earth, right? And I'm not trying to absolve them from any sort of repercussions that are coming their way, but the fact that you're able to get the 4,000 is problematic. Two, if these are subsidized, what entity is giving the subsidy out, and are they not doing inspections, right? So I have subsidized housing that I provide for.
It's like Section 8. Section 8 is notorious, right?
Yeah, but they come out once a year and they make sure, if I got a piece of cement chip on the corner of my step, they make me fix it. So how are they able to run this play for this long and get 4,000 violations? Somebody else dropped the ball. I don't know if that person or they will be held accountable, but somebody else dropped the ball within this story.
Or
pay to play. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
I'm if I was a betting man, that's what I would bet. Somebody
else was in on it.
Yes.
In the words Fabulous, man. Somebody did this. But no, yeah, that's the problem. This is it's terrible, man. It's just terrible. Did you have another video?
Yeah, I got another video, but 4,000, like I'm managing a property right now that's got some issues because they got a crazy tenant. I ain't got no daggone 4,000. And the law is on my top already.
Dog. Yo, they threatened to take one of my joints because they said I didn't cut the grass in time, which was a lie anyway, but I digress.
Wait a minute, they can take your property for not cutting grass?
They started trying to fine me up, and then based on the fines, try to, but it wasn't. But here's the crazy part: it was the neighbors. It wasn't even mine.
So how did that mishap happen?
So this is just my speculation. I feel like sometimes some agencies and some places they'll just throw stuff on a couple people to see who pay. I know that the courts do that, but
Well, they do. That's actually documented with the IRS too. Like, if y'all don't know this, most audited people for the IRS at the IRS are Black folks. So the IRS audits Black people more than any other racial group in this country. And part of it is they'll just send you a letter to do stuff, and if you don't respond, you get hit. But not with a
Here's my question. I know why I believe that to be a fact. What reasoning or logic do they give for why they do that?
Well, I can tell you why it's kind of boring and dry, but I'll say this. The IRS commissioner has already admitted it. So this is not speculation, right? He admitted it when he was in the commissioner's seat.
But there has to be some sort of logic, right?
No,
even if... Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So there is logic, right? And there is rationale. And so the majority of these things happen in the South. Your Louisianas, your Georgias, your Alabamas, and a lot of poor areas, a lot of Black areas. And it happens because a lot of times people will go after EIC, earned income credit, and sometimes it's fraudulent, air quotes. And so a lot of times you have these EIC pools of farms. You get a lot of tax preparers, not tax professionals, but tax preparers who encourage people to do some nefarious things when it comes to filing their taxes and buying children to put on their taxes. Right? Jimmy doesn't like it when I say it's child trafficking, but
yeah, because that's a bit much, dog.
Listen, I mean, money's exchanged.
You're conjuring up thoughts of like Epstein Island, dog. Like child trafficking is a whole other level.
But wait a minute. I don't know. Has anybody watched or read these Epstein files? I won't read them, but I've seen a lot of people saying it's a lot of craziness.
Yeah, but here's the problem, right? And this is a problem with not just this, or it's a problem with anything else, right? Is that we live in a world now in 2026 where we have artificial intelligence and all these things. So I've seen things that it's like, wow, right? And then you read through and realize that somebody made it up. It's not part of the original file, right? So
this is stuff they just got added, kind of like with the Jay-Z and Jay-Z and Pusha T thing.
So it's context to that too. Like when you read about them in the files and you read what's actually in there, it's like, first of all, it sounds crazy because it sounds like Pusha was supplying them with he was living his raps. That's what the Pusha part sound like he was living his raps. But I digress because I don't know nothing about any of their business. But the point is, though, I've seen things that actually aren't in the file. They were created by someone online, and people love to spread gossip. So it's almost like we live in a world, and that's not to think about the fact, is all this happening on purpose, right? Because we're going to get to a place in the world where no one can discern the truth from reality. That's where we're headed.
We're already there. Even headed. We're there.
No, but I'm talking about it's going to get even worse, where people that actually want to discern. Right now, people that don't want to discern the truth can't discern the truth, but you still have people who are seeking facts and seeking information. But we're going to get to a point where even that's gone.
I think we're there, but I get your point. Your point. Yep, I get your point.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to pull up. Oops. Hold on 1 second, please. I'm going to pull up this other clip. It's about 2.5 minutes long. But it shows just how crazy this whole thing is. There we go. There we go. So this is from ABC7 out of DC, just like the other clip I showed you. But this clip, again, like I said, is a bit more graphic. So if you have a queasy stomach, you might not want to watch it.
They show the properties on this one.
They are showing the properties.
Let's see how bad these properties are, y'all.
DC Attorney General's office filed its first civil RICO lawsuit against a landlord.
Our Washington, D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley tells us why investigators are calling these the worst living conditions they've ever seen in the district.
One example in the suit says that the landlords, Ali Julian, his brother, and his mother had 10 doors installed. They even had welcome mats and apartment numbers on there. But when you open the doors, it was just a concrete wall behind it. The suit says they did that to get more money from banks. On top of that, the suit said that they put district families in danger. I met with families like Christine Brown's, who used to live at 751st Street Northeast, in their cars, because that's...
So hold on. Did you hear what they said, Jim? They put up these fake doors. No, but fake doors.
Yeah, you had to get more money from a bank.
To get more money from banks. So damn. So that's because
I can see why this is a RICO, because there has to be so many people involved, because that means that
that's a lot of collusion.
Who was the bank sending out to verify information? You
mean where's the appraiser? Right, I knew he was going to say that. Where's the appraiser?
Not just that, but even if you, yeah, exactly. It's so many people like this. All right, let's go.
Where they live now.
So I'm still left looking for help.
Unfortunately, the district is home to some bad actors, slumlords who seek to profit off the city's housing crisis.
Thursday, the Office of the Attorney General filed a civil RICO lawsuit against the Julian family
to shut down the Julian slumlord empire.
The OAG says that Ali Julian, his brother, and his mother own the building on 51st Street and 69 others across the district. It says 600 of the units are neglected, with 4,000 code violations and hundreds of tenants in dangerous conditions. James Dorr was one of them.
When he took over in 2015, the ceiling fell on my wife's head in 2016.
Take a look at these pictures showing conditions inside their properties. Some properties were condemned. Christine and her...
Wait a minute, did he say the ceiling fell on her head? His wife's head?
Yeah. Hey, Aunt is in the comment section bugging, yo.
We'll come back to that. Right back at you, Aunt.
Some properties were condemned. Christine and her family were forced out of their home in the middle of winter.
I've got put out my house in 6 days to move 36 years of stuff. I'm hurt.
Where have you guys been living since being...
Well, me, myself, all over the place. Literally, cars, friends' houses.
The OAG's suit aims to permanently dismantle the Julian's alleged housing scheme.
That still don't help me because I'm still in the street. What am I getting out of it?
If the OAG wins, the suit will ban the Julians from running or owning any residential properties in D.C. It will secure restitution for harmed tenants and penalties and damages for the district. The suit said that the family lied on documents to get government housing subsidies. They didn't use that money to do repairs or fix properties as promised. Instead, they pocketed that money, bought other properties, and paid off other loans, the suit says, to keep their scheme going. Now, we did try to reach out to the family, but we learned they do not have any representation as it relates to the OAG cases against them, but we're still pushing to make contact with them. For now, reporting from Northeast DC, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
That is wild. That is absolutely wild.
Yo, yeah, it's so much wrong with this, bro.
So like you said, the appraisers, the inspectors, banking has to be involved with this. Somebody at government agencies have to be involved with this.
Yeah, I got so many questions about this. And how do they think they was gonna get out of this, right? Sometimes when you see people, I know people get caught up in stuff, but the chickens would eventually have to come home to roost. You couldn't pull this off forever.
I mean, do you need to pull it off forever? You just need to pull it off long enough to get enough money to pay the fines, usually.
Man, they should be facing some criminal charges on this, and I'm pretty sure they will be. Well, they are. I mean, But,
well, this is civil, though. This RICO is civil.
But I'm pretty sure they're going to have some criminal charges coming along with that.
That'll be interesting. Yeah,
they're going to have to be punished for this, man, because they out of pocket. How do you even defend that? And you see some of those living. My man said the roof fell on his wife. Like,
that's wild. That's so wild.
That's absolutely nuts, bro. Absolutely nuts. Listen, though, what I'll tell you is this, right? And I know one of the questions you asked is about like how this affects communities, and and wealth in general.
I mean, everybody in that was black. I mean, a lot of the properties we were buying were in black areas.
Well, I don't know if you understand. You've been to Southeast DC before, but
I have.
You know, since the days of Rayful, it's been black as hell. But here's what I'll tell you though. There's a book. It's called Family Properties, and the author is Beryl Satter. It's one of the greatest real estate books ever written, and I'm not getting paid to say that. And it's a narrative, but it talks about housing discrimination and how real estate. It's called Family Properties. The author's name is Beryl Satter, Beryl, like Cheryl, but Beryl was with a B.
Why does that name sound familiar?
I don't know. Maybe you do her taxes. Anyway. But no, it's one of the best real estate books ever written. Anyone who's interested in real estate from a social standpoint, not just get money type standpoint, you definitely should read that book. To me, it's a must read. And it goes into how real estate is used as a tool of oppression in many ways. When people talk about the idea of redlining, I think the first thing about redlining to me, which is interesting, I just took a class 2 weeks ago on fair housing. And the thing that was most interesting to me in that class is when people talk about redlining, you think that it's, we talking about the 50s and the 60s, and in your head, you see things in black and white. There were like fair housing violations and laws broken, and also redlining in 2021, 2023, 2019. I'm talking about big payday, like the whole nine. So it still goes on to this day. It goes on in 2026. Redlining is still a thing. But when you look at the effects of it, it's not just that capital is not flowing to specific areas that are redlined off. It also means that within those areas, other people are able to use real estate as a tool of oppression, because now you have no choice but to come see me because you can't get the capital that people are getting in other places that aren't redlined. So then what happens is, in terms of rent, in terms of if you want to buy a house, now you have to pay an exorbitant amount of interest that's not, it's way above what you should be paying. You have to deal with whatever you have to deal with. Or you end up like the people in that video. It's just like I'm living in cars and family places. So it's a real nefarious thing. And that's why, to me, real estate is always an interesting topic, because real estate is much more than just renting property and much more than, hey, I own my home. It's really about how we live our lives. Real estate can dictate your entire life, as seen in that video. And, the Raz Julians are scum, yo.
I mean, it's funny, right? When we talk about real estate, a lot of times, like you said, we talk about getting a rental or doing something like that, but it can be used as a tool to build wealth for the community. Mm-hmm. It can also be used as a tool of wealth extraction from the community.
There you go.
And I don't think a lot of people really realize that, because these people got paid to basically wreak havoc. So the government basically, and I know you probably won't disagree with this, Jimmy, but the government incentivized and paid people to basically wreak havoc on black folks.
Explain what you mean by that. You said the government paid people just to wreak havoc on black folks.
Right. So they got paid. They profited from this, right? And what they were doing is they were tools and agents of chaos in black communities. Nobody knew about this. They just found out about this. This just happened.
So here's the thing, right? And I think sometimes we say things like that, but we're giving the government way too much credit, because there was a story recently in Philadelphia where a gentleman was essentially harming folks in the Temple area. I don't know if you read that story. Yeah, it was a guy who was an agent and investor, and I'll send you the story once we get off here. And people a lot of times like, well, they didn't know this and they didn't know that. Yo, how can I put this and say it in a politically correct way?
Don't be politically correct. Be real.
No, because I do want to be real, but I want to be careful with what I say, because it's not to disparage anyone. It's just the fact that a lot of stuff goes on in the world, and sometimes we think that these big institutions be out here like, with these conspiracies, and they're not even smart enough to pull off half of the conspiracies you think they are.
But that's fine, right? But I'm going to give you my, and you've seen this, right? So there was a case. I wrote an article a couple of years ago about an organization in Philadelphia that loved to do blackface.
Yes.
The government gave them subsidies and sometimes money. And so basically what is actually happening was these people were getting paid to insult black people. I mean, when it gets down to it, that's what it is. This group of people were getting paid to wreak damage on black people. Now, whether it was,
I'm not disagreeing with you,
whether it
but
was
hear me out
or
though.
not, it's two different things. No, I got what you want to say, but go ahead.
If we pull back the layers on government funding at a federal, state, and local level, you're going to find all kinds of things. And I guess the point I'm making is, and it's not an excuse at all, it's just that a lot of times people are just cutting checks. We just saw recently a big nonprofit organization, which was very popular in our city, was getting all kinds of government money and it wasn't going where it was supposed to go.
Yep,
But the
that
fact
happens
is,
a lot, especially
it happens all the time because it's really about checks and balances. I mean, taking a step even further than that, how many people actually hold their elected officials accountable?
Well, most people don't know what their elected officials are supposed to do. But
Most people don't know who the elected officials are or what they're supposed to do. All right. One of the questions I asked last night was how many people even know who their council person was. Some did. A lot of people didn't. They didn't even know who their actual council person was, let alone their state senator, let alone, some people don't know who the lieutenant governor or even the governor is for that matter. Right. So, I mean, accountability is a thing. I guess the point that I was making, though, going back to that, people are getting paid, but I don't know if they're getting paid to wreak havoc or no one's just paying attention to where the money is going.
Somebody's palm got greased. But
where's the money going? Where is the money going? Where Wallace at, String? My fault. Yo, speaking of books, right? My homie wrote a book.
Shout out to the homie.
It's his first book too, man. My homie Coins. And here's the book now. It's called The House of George. If y'all can see that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want to make sure I read Coins right.
Read it to us, Jim.
All right, so it's The House of George. This is the cover I'm showing you, right? It's Harlem's first black stockbroker, right? It's a story about Harlem's first black stockbroker and how he was getting money, in the 20th century. So it's an interesting read. Like I didn't finish it yet. I just got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try it. Read it 1 through 10. But shout out to him though, man. That's my guy. He sent me the exclusive, so I want to make sure I put it out there. It's available now. And he actually has a full campaign going on about the book. In fact, let me tell y'all, because he got a whole IG dedicated strictly to his book. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because you talked earlier about how we're like rich with history, right? And
yes, we are.
There's so much history. It's one of the reasons why I actually love Black History Month because, there's people we know. We know a lot about it, a lot of folks. But I always find myself learning more in Black History Month because there's so many people out there creating content trying to find those unsung heroes that we have never heard of. But go to his IG. It's Instagram.com. It's a House of George book. It's the House of George.
House of George.
Yeah,
book.
House of George book is the IG he set up specifically for his new release, man. But we always talking about books. So the two books I recommend on this episode is the House of George book and Family Properties. And both, indirectly and directly are related to the topic of the DC landlord getting hit with the RICO charge. So real estate and property in itself is a big thing, and it has the ability to either improve our lives or hurt us, man. So it is what it is, man. So let me get back to these comments, man. I think there was a settlement about what kind of data was utilized to influence decisions.
Right. So you had me go to Instagram, right? So this is the first thing that came up, and I felt like
I don't know what came up on your IG, dog. Got fake. I know your algorithm be tripping sometimes.
My IG is cleaner than your IG, sir.
That's not true. That's not true. There's no way that's true.
Y'all should see what he just sent me, y'all.
Yo, you want to do this? We could do this. Let's go to your search page, and I'll go to my search page, and you show, and let's see what it really.
So stop, please, sir. We're doing
exactly.
The judge, listen, the judge rules Uncle Nair's receivership to retain its original scope pending further review. I don't know what that means.
We need Courtney on to explain this, but what I will tell you is this. I don't know what's going on with her in general. I mean, but it seems like somebody's out to get her. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been wild, yeah.
I don't know the specifics. I don't know her. I know she's been painted. What she did with the one boy who said he knew her from school, that was kind of crazy. But every time I go on my timeline, there's somebody coming at her for one reason or another. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. And
I don't know whether she deserves it or not, but
in their defense, he did kind of clear up that thing. He said it was kind of jokes, fun and games. I mean, it was real. It was real. Well, she kind of fly on the ball, but yeah, she kind of explained it.
Yeah, she styled him.
So House of George.
Are you mad because I'm styling on him? Did you find the House of George book? I just want y'all to peek for those watching live. You see how when I say, yo, show your search page, he changed the topic. I just want y'all to know that.
Well, I changed the topic because I don't want to get people to get sucked into our shenanigans and BS, man. They here for the knowledge, man.
Y'all hear that, right? I just want that to be on the record.
Not your brown cheeks up and down your timeline, man.
No, see, but he don't want to do that though. I said let's both
listen,
pull up our search page.
We can do it.
Yeah, see, but he don't want to do that. I know why he don't want to do that.
Listen, you got guns, I got guns too. Let's go.
What up, son, dude?
So hold on. So House of George. Oh, this is dope. Well, you only got 3 posts up, but all right.
He just started the page specifically for the book. So Steve says, Jim, Cash App has moved into my favorite Bitcoin app. Cash App, listen, I keep telling people that Square is a Bitcoin company disguised as something else. They made a lot of changes. They actually lowered their fees. If you set a DCA up, you pay spot. So that's
House of George, the great rise and crash of Harlem's first black stockbroker. All right, that's super dope, super dope. Actually, this is going to help me out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but we do have a lot of history, man. And sometimes I get upset when our history is relegated to like 10 people.
But you know what? So I'll be totally honest. It's like hip hop, right? People always talk about hip hop now, right? And how there's no good hip hop. When hip hop first came out, hip hop wasn't on the radio. You had to search it out. You had to know somebody who knew somebody. Same thing with history. You have to search it out. And people don't want to search out their history, and that just boggles my mind. It's like they're okay with just taking these whitewashed narratives that have been forced down our throats. No, I'm not saying pause for that. I'm not saying pause for that.
I didn't say nothing, bro. I didn't say nothing.
You thought it. I felt it. You thought it.
Pause that too.
I can't with you, man. I'm sorry. Were you done with that?
No. I was just telling him that. Yeah. So I saw all the moves that Cash App is making. I applaud. Jack. Some people actually think Jack is Satoshi, but that's either here or there. But the fact of the matter is, they have made changes.
They were saying Jack is listening to Jay. Jay's running the show over there.
Yeah. Jack's ego is not fragile enough to get upset by that.
Everybody's getting money, right?
Listen, man,
I mean, since we brought up Bitcoin, right? So every time it bumps down, I buy a little bit more. I buy a couple here, a couple dollars here. There. Is that what we should be doing, Jim?
I don't give out investment advice. What I'll tell you is what I'm doing.
You, as
what I'm telling you, what I do.
Listen, this is not investment advice. Personal finance is personal, right?
Yes, it is. I just want to make sure that's clear. By the way, what I do personally is I have a daily DCA going on. I got a weekly DCA going on. I got a monthly DCA going on, and I just sit back and let the DCA. So for me, I've been through this before, right? This is where you earn your stripes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can buy when it's going up. The thing is, do you have the conviction and do you have the belief to understand what you actually hold? You know what I'm saying? This is where legends are made.
I mean, what did it say? When there's blood on the street, it's time to buy, right?
Listen, this thing can go down to 10,000 a day, and you're going to see me online still dropping memes and talking crazy because...
So I watched, what's the dude who's always screaming? Something Pena, white boy who's like real flagrant. He said, if we all found out who created Bitcoin, it would go to zero. So let's say that was true. Would you still buy, let's say $1?
I don't think that ever can go to zero. Because first of all, I have a buy order in right now on one of my accounts that if it drops that low, I'm going to buy everything available. So it can never go.
Yes, you're going to keep buying.
Yeah, because here's the fact of the matter, right? The thing about who Satoshi is just a narrative that's like kind of funny at this point, because pull back the layers of the technology, it kind of doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter whether it's the NSA, it doesn't matter whether it's Kamari Ellis, Jack Dorsey,
Hey, don't try to get me lined up.
Henry Louis Gates. It doesn't matter, right? Decentralization is decentralization. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, so I know we got a couple more comments we need to get to. All right, downstairs, it's pre-1970s. All right, so for all of y'all who are just joining, this is the Black Wolf Rebels Freedom Friday show. Don Johnson is describing the African American Museum in DC. So he's saying downstairs is pre-1970s, upstairs is sports, military, music, and current day. Okay, I don't think I knew that. So thank you for that now.
That's interesting. So they got it in different sections.
Hey, Miss Cookie. Happy Friday to you. I mean, it's so much stuff. Dr. Chaz is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Don, where is the West Coast Productions exhibit?
All right, Steve says it's easier to audit less complicated tax situations. It's easier to audit, but here's the thing. Most people don't respond because most audits are what they call correspondence audits. It is just mail. And a lot of people don't even respond to them. And so people win, or excuse me, not people, the IRS wins by default.
Hey, come on, let me ask you a random question.
Okay.
When the last time you got called to jury duty?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Because I'm beefing with them right now, right?
Why, did you want to be called to jury duty?
No, they actually called me, but now they're telling me that I didn't respond. But I moved. I changed my registration and everything. And I'm like, yo, you sent that to the wrong address. They're like, no, you got to. So I'm beefing with them right now. But it's also pissing me off because I've been called to jury duty every year for like 4 or 5 years now. And I'm like,
I mean, honestly, like, I'm going to say this. You're needed. You are needed.
oh, I actually go. I actually served on the jury before. I actually got like, I've served. And actually, I learned a lot by serving on the jury.
Yeah.
I learned a lot by serving in a jury. I served in a jury on a Fed case, right? And I was sitting there, and I was in the minority, and a couple Karens who were serving on the jury with me literally said out of their mouth, "Let's just get it over with. He's guilty, because if he wasn't guilty, the cops would have never arrested him, and we wouldn't even be here."
Well, was he one of us?
Of course. Forget the facts of the case. Right? They didn't want to talk any facts. That was literally their logic. And I'm like, okay, so I see what this is. They're trying to railroad him. So I fought, and it ended up the way it should have ended up. But I digress. Point being,
shout out to Jimmy for fighting for the black people. Man or woman, his or out.
First of all, that's the story of my life. But I learned a lot through that experience too, in terms of how people see the court system and how people see authority. Like, and it's crazy because you would think that in 2025, 2026, but there are still people who believe in, systems and government and all that kind of thing. Like they just believe that everybody is good and everything is going one way. They don't see how the world actually works. It's crazy.
Those people are mentally lazy and they don't read.
I mean, that sounds like the world until it hits them on their doorstep.
Correct.
So I think the biggest problem is most of us are selfish.
All right, what up, Anthony? So is this what I'm thinking he's saying?
He's talking about the Rash Julians. He said they running a real.
Oh, wow. I mean, the timing is canny, right? The Bulls done come back. He's done resurrected like the Phoenix.
Jay outside right now, man.
Yeah. It's going to be good for content creators.
Yo, your man did a 3-hour live. I say, yo, you talking about?
No, you're wrong. He did a 5-hour live.
Shout
out to JT. Yes, shout out to JT Pocket Watcher. That's
dog.
5 hours.
He got I can't knock the hustle. He got the content dropped in his lap.
So it's funny, and
he did a full work shift.
He did a full work shift, but it's funny. Like, people really thinking I'm like his manager or something, right? Because somebody said, Kamari, they called me. Kamari, how does he have time to do this? I don't know. He makes time for it. I mean,
I just want to know, and I haven't watched
4-5-hour joints.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted to watch his joint, but when I saw it, I don't even remember it was. I know it was ridiculous the amount of time. I was like,
ridiculous.
You ever go to YouTube and you see the length of the video and you're like, nah, I'm gonna do that another time.
I would love. I'm like, I need to see your analytics on that video because I want to see what the
what are you talking about in hour 4 that you didn't get to in the first 3 hours?
Well, first of all, let's be clear.
I know he does calling. I get that.
No. So he reacted to the video that was done on Social Proof, right? Mm-hmm. That was over an hour long. Mm-hmm. That was almost 2 hours long. So that's 2 hours right there. Then you add the commentary. And listen, shout out to JT. He's probably the pettiest black man on earth. I need to take a lesson from him how to be pettier. But like his whole joint was very factual, but it was very petty. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Dog, that means outside of that, it's another 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you stop to give context and everything. And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. All right. Hi from Brazil. Hello. Man, I need to get to Brazil. That's one place I want to go to. All right. Please write the name of the book and the author. House of George, H.R. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the author. Who's the author, Jim?
So, because I don't want to put his government out there because he has a pen name.
It's the
Ali
pen name
Goins.
Okay.
N. Ali Goins.
N. Ali Goins. Yo, that's classic. N. Ali Goins.
Well, Goins that's his real name, but But anyway.
Okay. All right.
I want to share something with you, Kumar. Let me share this with you real fast.
Okay. You got your report?
Yeah, I want to share this with you, man.
Okay. Let's see the guy.
I want to show you. I want to show you the amount of work that I put in on this report here, man. So
University Gate condominium pricing analysis.
I did analysis on the upcoming condominium and basically had to run a regression model, and this was the final.
So wait a minute. Let's back it up. Don't speed past this. Where is this going to be at? Is this a real place or is this made up? Is it fictional?
No, this is for. So for those who don't know, I'm back in school right now in a certificate program. So this isn't a real place. This was just basically trying to see how I could put it together. So this is what the final regression model looked like. So I had two sets of data. I had a sales file and a master file.
Back up. Tell me what a regression model is.
So a regression model, a simplified way to put that is, it's a way to figure out, if I use real estate as an example, it's basically taking a property, right? And you're breaking it down to its parts. So that would be, say, the square footage or the amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, the size, the location. And you're seeing how much each part adds the value by running this model on it. But so to make a long story short, their base value was 168.148, and then you add all these different coefficients in. But I'm gonna slide through this real fast. So the final values were here, but here's where I'm telling you it took so much time, was putting it together, writing out the narrative, and I know some people are like, well, you can just go to
I see you.
Well, because here's the thing, you have to write this out, and you can't use like the different AI tools to write your thing out. And the reason you can't do it is because I don't know if you guys know this, and you learn this when you're in school now.
They got AI snitch tools.
Do they? And if you get caught doing that, you fail before they even look at your work. So to make a long story short, I'm gonna get to, this is my scope of work here, my full scope of work, the intended user. It's basically like a full appraisal report. But this is a little bit different because this isn't just pulling 3 comps. This is using large data to determine the value and breaking down why each one, by looking to see whether it has normal distribution, which you use a histogram to figure out whether it has normal distribution. And then you get the mean of within the sales file, all these different parts of it. But when I tell you that this took me countless hours to put together. So instead of using like 3 comps, in this specific one right here, I was using 43 different sales and figuring out the standard deviation, coefficient of variation, all these different types of analytics that you use. Where am I getting to? Again, this was the final model right here. Here's the model summary. So my R squared was 0.965, just seeing how close I am in terms of predicting value, the view. So this is what I've been working on, Kumar, to let you know, right? This is a P plot. It's saying that my sales are cool. They're fine, close within the line. So that made sense. Then I had to add, until this is the actual file of the properties I'm predicting for and their predicted values and their price per square foot. I'll break this down further in the village and go through each part, but I'm just showing Kamari right now because I was telling him that this is where my mind has been over the last couple weeks. Use a couple plots. So this right here is my appendix. So I put a whole appendix together to kind of support the narrative that I told beforehand, how the data was transformed. box plots, you know, how I found out something was sitting outside as an outlier, had to remove that from the file by using the box plot. This is adjusting whether I had to make an adjustment for time. So there's no adjustment for time. It's kind of sloping a little bit down, but if there was an adjustment for time, you would see a spike up or spike down and spike back up.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. So this is what I've been working on, man.
So how can we use this? How can I, Kamari, use this to make more money?
It's a great question. And I have a number of ways you could do it. Depends upon how you want to do it. Do you want to use real estate? Do you want to use the stock market? Because I write models on all that stuff. I got simple models that you can use to make money in the stock market. Just let me know.
Real estate. That's where the bread and butter is.
Okay. All right. So I see you don't want to play too many away games, in the words of Avon Barksdale. So
listen, man, your core of genius or your zone of genius is real estate. You don't need to deviate from that.
So there's a number of ways you could do that, right? Depends upon how far you want to go. Do you want to be on the investor side, because you can use these analysis?
What's the easiest and most aggressive way to make a whole lot of fucking money, man? Talk to me about that.
Well, those are two different things.
Get stinking rich.
On the scale, do you want it to be high on easy? Like where do you want it to be? You say easy and aggressive. Those are two different things.
How can I make the most money? That's the factor we need to solve for, sir. Show me the money.
So, and you know, I tell you, we talk about this brother all the time. He had a good video the other day though. What's the old head's name? Who every time sometimes he make a video, we'd be like, "What the hell is he talking about?" Then he make another video, he'd be spot on.
John O'Brien.
Yeah, he had a good video the other day. I sent it to you as well. I know you saw it when he was talking about how a lot of people get into real estate, right, to drive Bentleys. He was like, and that's not what it's for. It's for wealth building.
I mean, I actually said the same thing.
You did.
I said it in a more egregious hood way.
Yeah, you call people fake drug dealers or something like that, you know.
But I've been saying that for years. I say a lot of us have drug dealer mentalities.
I call it hustlers mentalities as opposed to builders. That's my wave. But you basically said that you used the N-word too. I forgot what you called it.
I did.
Yeah.
I said anyway, there's too many people who want to be fly niggas, right?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
But the reason I asked you to see that video is because what he was saying, and when you asked that question, you asked the question about getting money. But are you trying to get money or are you trying to build wealth? Because those aren't the same things.
I want to do both, because a lot of times you need money to get wealth, man. Stop dancing around it.
I'm not dancing around it. But no, I think it's a great conversation, because here's why I say that.
I mean, do I need to pay off some people in government, be like the Raj Julians? Did I say it right?
Listen, man, I don't know nothing what he's talking about. Leave me out of that part of this conversation. I know nothing about none of that. All I'm saying is this. If you want to build wealth, it doesn't take a lot to build wealth. But if you're trying to get money, that's a whole different conversation. Do you need cash flow, or are you just trying to build something over time?
I need both. Both.
B-O-U-F. You've been eating long enough. Now stop being greedy. So the first thing I'll tell you is,
I'm not. I'm broke, baby.
You are. First thing I'll tell you is, figure out a way to serve people, and that's going to get you the cash flow. Take that cash flow and stick it in some buildings, man.
Okay, what kind of building? Do we need a single family, multifamily, commercial building? What kind?
It's interesting that you say that, because I actually recorded a video for The Village talking just about that. I personally am a fan of SFR, single family residential. I know that most people online are the multis and the apartments, and I get that, but I have a reason why SFR is my bread and butter. And shout out to it's a brother that makes content on Instagram. I think his name is he's in his garage, Rod Garage Talk. You know what I'm talking about, Kamari? Let me find this brother's name. It's a black brother too, and it's not too many real estate folks that I actually watch online, but he's definitely one of them. I'm gonna tell you in a second. Maybe y'all can help me in the chat. I think his name is Rod Perry or something like that. But he's always in his garage, and he's talking about real estate.
Oh, I do think I know what you're talking about.
That's it.
I think
Rod Perry Garage Talk. Rod Perry 7-Eleven Garage Talk. He made a video that actually made me think about it. And I've said this in The Village on a number of videos, but he actually said he prefers single family residential as well, which is interesting because most people I talk to tell me that I'm nuts. And he made the point that I've been saying for years, and I'm glad somebody else said it. When people tell you that they rather a multifamily property, they tell you because I got one roof, one this, and if one tenant don't pay, I got the rest, and blah, blah, blah. And they're comparing 10 units in an apartment to one single family unit. But you can't do that. You can compare your 10 units to my 10 single family units. Now we're having a different conversation.
Correct.
But the reason I prefer SFRs is because of, number one, liquidity. They're the most liquid property that you can have, because if I go to sell, I don't have to sell to another investor that's going to
Can I tell you why I like SFR as well?
Why is that?
So, I don't talk about this much, but when we were doing property management with my dad, we had about 50 doors.
Mm-hmm.
I always like the single family home versus the multi-units because, one, there's less tension, because sometimes different apartments will beef with one another for whatever reason.
He talked about that in his video.
For me, it's less management. It's less stress. I'll take that all day long.
There's another part to me, the biggest part, shout to her. But the biggest part to me is less turnover. Right? So I used to own a property on Oakmont Street that was an apartment building. And it was the problem was all the units.
How many doors?
It's only like 3.
Only like 3. So it's really 6, y'all. But go ahead.
That's not the point. The point isn't how many doors were there. The point is every unit in that building was a 1-bedroom unit. Right? So and I hated it.
You don't have nowhere for them to go if their family grows or something changes.
Exactly. So I felt like every time a lease was up, I was doing a turnover. It was turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. And it's like turnovers are where you actually lose a lot of your cash flow. A lot of the money you stack is in a turnover. And when you have a 1-bedroom, think about this. Who is renting a 1-bedroom unit for the most part? Somebody that's a college student, someone that's young or someone that's old, right?
Somebody that's beginning in life or ending.
Most people don't raise their family in a 1-bedroom.
Right.
On the flip side, with SFRs, I got tenants to this. I got one tenant been there damn near 30 piece. So there's that, and they treat the home like it's their home.
Wait a minute, you got a piece in your portfolio that you've had for 30 years.
Hey man,
you really haven't getting money since '88, huh?
We gotta change the topic real quick. Yo, I got some work on the street right now. You want to see what I got on the street? Let me show you. I'll share it with you, man. It's a day of transparency. I got some work right now I can show y'all.
Okay. All right. While you're looking at that, I'll get to these comments.
All right. I got this property. This right here is some stuff I got on the market right now. I got
you trying to be funny.
What you mean?
Nothing.
I'm just showing you what I got in the market. I got that. Okay. I got one right here for $1,350. That's my house. I got this joint right here for $449. You know what I'm saying? I got this 5-bedroom joint right here. I got one right here, $850, little 1-bedroom. I got a couple pieces of land right here. One for $69, one for $29. I got this joint right here, $1,500. I got this joint, $1,395. So I got a couple things out there, man. If anybody looking for some work, I got some work out there on the street, man. Holla at me.
So the reason why I said Jimmy's trying to be funny, because Jimmy knows I want one of those pieces he just put out there.
Buy it.
I'm working on it. Stop showing it. I know that ain't how the game works. You think it's one way, but it's the other way.
That's the game. That's the game.
Oh, man. Whoa! Come on, no, my stuff.
Hey, Steve, you see how he was quick to back down.
It's squeaky clean. Come on,
Yeah, right.
I am.
Yeah, right.
All right. Speaking of Wallace bread, Jose,
yo,
I don't get that one.
Jose, what Jose we looking for?
Jose. Yeah.
Jose Sanchez. I got to check in on Jose. I talked to him a little while ago. He said he was working like crazy, but I got to check in on him again, man, because
he has some health issues, I believe, too.
At one point he did, yeah. He said he was getting better though.
Okay.
Steve said you got BBLs all up and down your timeline, Kamar. I think you know that.
William Monroe Trotter is who I've been researching the last couple days. Okay.
Are you familiar?
No, I'm not.
Right, let's see. William Monroe Trotter.
Now hold on, Jim. Real quick before you do that, I want you to do something else. So I heard a story about a guy you always talk about, and this is the brother in Harlem, and I can't remember his name, but I heard the story.
Peyton?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you didn't tell the story, and I'm mad at you that you didn't tell the story. But the story goes, one of his friends was in a building. The white guy kicked all the black people out of the building. So the black guy approached Peyton and said, I want you to buy this unit or do something with this unit and then buy the unit and then kick all the white people out of the unit. Just because of what he did to the black folks. And he did it.
I made a video about Philip Payton like 10 years ago.
You told that story?
I did. Yeah, I did. I told his whole story, but it was like 10 years ago, bro. This is 2015, 16.
All right, you need to update that then. You need to update that.
You know, it's funny because I know you've been through this too, right? When you see somebody does something and like
yes,
it catches traction, you be like, I made that video like 10 years ago.
It happened.
Yeah, it does.
Listen,
but no.
me and Jimmy, so listen, shout out to Dante Kyle, right? He's on the wave right now and he's doing his thing, and I love what the brother's doing. But me and Jimmy, like, didn't we just had this conversation? But you know, maybe he said it better.
No, listen, the brother's super talented. So
no, he's super talented. It's better than
but it's funny though, because that happens often. It's like, yo, I showed you a video a couple of days ago. Like, I got footage of me having these same black wealth conversations from 2001.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, the slander is going on. Whoa. Listen, I only like it natural, man. I ain't go with the BBWs.
I mean BBL. You do like BBWs. You said you just. I mean, are you? Or maybe you don't. I don't.
I'm sorry. I meant to say BBLs. I'm cool with the BB. I'm cool. I'm like Drake. I'm cool with the BBWs. I saw other black folks who were trying to acquire. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, it was like a room full of them said they wanted to keep it alive and vibrant and everything. I saw that.
So.
I'm not going to repeat that. Oh yeah, peace. Don't forget Aquama Day. Yes, it starts. It starts.
No commercial, yes.
Yep, the 14th to the 20th. It's an alternative cultural celebration of Black love based on the principles of Kwanzaa. No commercial gifts. I love that.
Okay.
All right, founded by A.O. Handy Kendi. All right. I'm definitely going to research that more.
Yeah, I got to look more into that because he's the first person that brought that to my attention.
The spread is crazy. Jack,
he's talking about cash. By the way, he's talking about Cash App for those who know he's talking about.
Cash App in regards to DCA and into Bitcoin. All right, Jack did the EYL conference and showed up on the Zoom with his bed on the floor. LOL. Definition of humble.
Okay. Cats be getting to a certain point in life and they just don't care about the things that everybody else care about. Well, y'all pick some Corey. I saw Corey's post. I was going to comment on it, but I had jokes, so I just left it alone.
Wait a minute, what was Corey's post?
Corey put up a post on Facebook. He said he was looking to put some new artists into his rotation on his streaming service. He was like, he asked people to give him 5 artists, but no one that comes on the radio, no mainstream artist. Somebody's probably never heard of. Because he was trying to see if he could figure out. Learn about some new artists.
That's actually a great question.
That's the crazy part. Like, I guess because I'm in my little like sphere, I don't know who people know, who they don't know.
Yeah. All right, it's open social. It's open source talking about Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. I don't think it matters. By the way,
that's why I'm at Rich.
Shout out to Rich.
What's good, Rich?
Happy Friday to you, brother. Speaking of hip hop, I just found out that Gene Simmons copied Patti LaBelle's old group to form Kiss. Really? Talk about being.
I never heard that one.
Fraudulent. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Shout out to Patti.
He copied LaBelle. Wow. All right, Long. I'm not sure what he's referencing. He referencing Don. Probably slander me.
No, probably you and your search page.
All right, did Nate get his wing for his contributions to the community? Y'all with this Nate love. Oh my God. I got called to jury duty 2 years ago, but I was in the hospital at the time, so I could not serve. All right. We need more thorough hater like JT. So first of all, JT is not a hater though, but he is thorough.
Well, hold on. See, I guess it depends upon how you consider hate, because some people say hate's not a bad thing. I mean,
But I don't think it's hate. It's analysis. Listen, what he's doing is what every investor's supposed to do when they evaluate a deal. And I mean, a lot of people talked about this. I talked about this. Courtney talked about this, about many of the issues with trust. Now, there was one thing that I was hoping that David Shands would pick up on. I don't know if JT got onto it. Old man said he got paid $300,000 a year. I want to say it was a year. And so I'm like, nobody ever looked at what a manager's pay, a asset manager's pay is. It's usually 1%. Now there's others, right? You know, when you got hedge fund, it's 2 and 20 with 1%. And so, all right, to justify a $300,000 pay, you need approximately $30 million in assets. They had half that. So I was just wondering, how did they even justify that pay? I haven't seen anybody talk about that, but I digress. All right, I'm almost through. He's a mess. Yes, he is. Put it on the background while you're doing something else. The 5 hours goes fast. Okay, so you rocked out to it all, Jessica, huh? Isn't JT Slater a black man? Mari, how can you get behind something like that? Pause. So here's the question. You're saying I'm getting behind slander. Is it really slander? We know the definition of slander is. It's when the facts aren't there, they're not real. What has JT presented that's not real? Did people really make money? Did people lose money?
So I understand Ant's question, right? Because I told me and Kamari have had this conversation online and offline. I struggle with that, which is why I don't generally. I mean, you guys have seen me like comment on other content, but it's never in a slanderous way. It's really about like, what can I learn from this? But I find myself not wanting to do that, but I also feel like people like him are needed. It just can't be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people like that are needed, but my constitution won't allow me to do it. Like, it's just not in me. And it's not that I think that people should get away with doing whatever they want to do. I just feel like, that's not my place.
I mean, so it's weird.
I'm
like,
a builder.
Again, me and JT are really cool, right? I could have went down that same road. I don't know if I would have got the same level of success because JT is a totally different animal. His energy level is crazy. But here's the thing. I'm not saying pause for that. Listen to the content and the context. But here's the thing. There are a lot of people that get scammed. A lot of black people that get scammed. Who protects them? So when we want to call it slander, right? What about, I mean, there were several reports, right? Talk about Tony the Closer. I'm not going to sit here and say Tony the Closer is totally, what's the word I'm looking for, Jim? He's not totally doing this for the goodwill of the people. I do believe he's doing this to build brand as well. However, some of those things were real.
Well, that's my thing. The way I get your point, but for me, I won't even say that about him either. Like,
about Tony?
Yeah, like for me, I just leave it all alone. Like I leave it all alone
because I mean, like I said, I didn't go that route because that energy is very dark. It gets really dark because at some points I've done videos and reviews of the so-called CPAs and promoting these illegal things. Then people just want you to it's like cats fighting. Go at this. But I'm like, where's the value in that? Because ultimately, I want to go to the value. I want to get to the money. And I believe we can all get to the money and the value, right? But always.
You going after the money or you going after the honey?
Can we get both? Can we get both? Because normally the money will bring the honey, but, that's a whole other thing.
Pardon me, I watch too many blaxploitation films.
Willie, you got to have vision. All right, Anthony says, I unsubscribed from Social Proof channel as soon as I saw the first 10 minutes of the interview. I don't deal suckers. Why did you unsubscribe though? Like, what was the thing? I mean, I know you said he was a sucker, but why? Curious about that. Jim talking that data talk, the technical side. This is my talk. All right, shout out to Jim. Shout out to Ant.
Let's go, Ant. Let's get it.
All right, the truth is not slander. Yes. Correct. It is not.
See, I told you Steve is fair and balanced, man.
Only on days when he's not super pissed at me. I don't know what I did, but boy, oh boy. All right, and stealing from the community means you lose protection from the community, even though I don't think it was his initial intentions. I'm guessing that's what it was.
I mean, I guess that depends too, right? The community picks and chooses how we treat people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, we could probably, everybody goes to prison for drug dealing, but
But here's the thing, right? And I agree with Don, but here's the thing. The community also has to do a better job of educating themselves and not be so quick to go after the quote unquote new hot thing, new sexy thing. No.
Did you see
Money
that?
is actually boring.
The gentleman who was at the press conference in Baltimore, his video went viral, so I'm pretty sure you saw it, where he was like, they say it takes a village, but what if the village is
It's retarded, right? Y'all got on me for saying that word, right? And I've been checking myself, but that's what he said. That's what I didn't say.
The funniest part of that video is the mayor is standing behind him, and the mayor is like making the face like, "Yo." Shout out to the mayor of Baltimore, man. The young brother.
He's doing great work. He's doing great work.
Me and him set up a panel together years ago before he was mayor.
Wow, look at that. Jimmy hanging with all the. Listen, Jimmy just did another panel when he was with a mayor. Jimmy stay hanging with the mayor.
Here we go. I know you're not talking. Philly tax team. I know you're not talking.
The mayor didn't say that though.
You and the mayor get money together.
And I wasn't sitting. No, we don't. Don't even do that.
I know. I shouldn't say that. I take that back.
Correct. Yeah. That's a lie.
That's a joke.
Right. Rich said, start that barbershop you was talking about. I might.
Yeah, here we
now,
go.
I'm sure y'all want to slander me on that too, though.
The Boule Nate.
All right, the Detroit brother. What up, though? All right, Regina and
okay, talking to brother Jamil. Yeah, what up, though?
Yep. Mixed use event space and multifamily. All right, Don, I lost the
you were talking about what kind of property should you buy? We were talking about
mixed use event space. All right, multifamily. I actually think the event space. Listen, I'll be honest. I would do an event space, but it would have to be an upscale event space with grid parking, which is really hard to do.
Philly ran that in the ground.
Yeah, they ran event space in the ground. However, man, listen, I want a 3801 type quality event space.
That was dope.
Where is that at? We don't
have that. I had a contract with them back in the day. I had a once a week meeting there.
Wow. But where is that at though? All these, they got some strip malls. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Make 3801 great again.
It's gone.
Still rocks.
What up, Still Rocks? Happy Friday. Yeah, they leased it. They didn't sell it. They leased it to the hospital, I believe, for 99 years.
I was going to ask you, did the hospital grab it or did Drexel grab it? I know it was one of Drexel, Penn, or the hospital.
It was Penn, and I don't know if it was the hospital or university. I believe it was the hospital.
I always think about this, right? Because...
Hold on, Joe. Hey, Nicole, happy Friday.
Nicole, the honey hustler. I think about this because Penn, the University of Penn gets so much money.
They're the largest employer in the city, right?
Yes, they are. But they're so, their tentacles are everywhere. And I was wondering, again, this is me just being a pocket watcher. I was like, what does the president of Penn make? Because the president of Penn, if you're at that top level, you got 15 other high level cats that report to you. So the president of Penn must make a small fortune. They got to.
I'm guessing 500,000.
About 500K, you believe?
What do you think?
I think it's probably more than that. Because they're essentially running a big company. And I was thinking about that as I was going around. I was like, yo, what do they make?
So wrong. I was so wrong. I'm way off.
Welcome to the Black Wealth Rebels pocket watching. Matter of fact, there should be a segment every Friday. We got to find somebody we randomly want to pocket watch.
Hey,
so what is the president of Penn make?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Let me share the screen.
Because I was sitting there thinking, like, yo, they have a lot of responsibility, you know. So
They do.
And they control a crazy budget. So I know their salary got to be through the roof. And that's why I always laugh. People ain't no money in education. Okay.
Shit. Shout out to Clay Davis.
Total compensation was 22. Is that 22 million?
22 million in 2021 with a base pay of roughly 6 million.
Oh wow, deferred comp.
89% of it was deferred comp, and that's for taxes.
So that deferred comp, will that grow tax free?
Yes.
Wow. So you're putting up over 20 M's for me. Oh, so you know you talk about security. Like, what you gonna do to me?
Now, Amy Gutman was the former president, right? I believe she got fired or whatever for all the Jewish backlash at a lot of.
Oh yeah, they said that she was anti-Semitic. I remember that.
But then, all right, so the one underneath, Larry Jameson, is now the interim president.
Okay,
and his salary is over $5 million too.
So they don't even have a full person in that position yet. Is it interim?
I guess, but either way, that position pays at least $5 million.
The interim. Hold on. How the interim dude making 5 M's?
You said it's a whole campus. I mean, what's UPenn's endowment? I mean, that's something we should talk about because a lot of let's see HBCU endowments, and I looked this up years ago, don't even equal up to like a one UPenn or even Temple University's endowment, right? Which isn't that big. So
wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day as I was looking at, because there was a couple of things that I was looking at, and I was like, so I was reading some data, and Penn has been our biggest employer forever, but number 2 used to be the city, and it's now the feds. And I was sitting there thinking, like, I don't know anybody that worked for the feds. for them to be the second biggest employer in our area, like.
I mean, I know a lot of people that work for the IRS. So, and you do know somebody that works for the feds. Our good brother Kahan works for the feds, I believe, right?
I thought he was with state government.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it is the feds. But I was sitting looking at them. I was like, I wanted that includes government informants, but I digress.
Lord have mercy. All right, so University of Pennsylvania's endowment grew to $24.8 billion. Let's say $25 billion, rounded up. What's a little measly $0.2 billion or $200 million? What could we do if we had a $25 billion endowment for the hood, Jim?
Wow.
How many portfolios can we put in the kids' hands?
A lot of random spoons. No, but seriously though, Rich has put in his bid for the hashtag for this evening. I don't think Kamari's going for that one, doggy.
Oh, damn. Here we go. Let me work my way down to it. I'm feeling the slander coming. All right. Just got some good food, workout. There's a variety.
It's not slander, though.
Okay. You're working with that.
Murder One, Be More Careful. Be More Careful is a classic piece of material.
I need to go back and revisit that because that was like one of my first hood book. That and Coldest Winter Ever. But I don't consider Coldest Winter Ever a hood novel. I think it's an artistic piece of work. All right, Philip A. Payton Jr., right?
The God.
Freddie Gibbs. So that's your selection? Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah, but I guess Freddie Gibbs is still more mainstream.
Not really, but really he is, but not really. But yeah,
or as Twitter calls him, Spready Gibbs.
I don't even know where that came from, but okay.
I'm not even gonna get into that conversation. That's one of them. Yeah, it came from Amber Rose. Let's put it that way.
Oh God, I had some new artists to check out. Nate.
And quotes artist. Where is my girl's high sister?
She's talking about Courtney. Courtney ain't got time.
Shout to Courtney, man. Shout to Jill Scott too.
I was trying to do some content with Courtney the other day. She dissed me. Maybe if Jim would have hit her. Yeah. Maybe if Jim would have hit her up.
Whoa, what's that mean? Yo, you always want to play victim. Yo, shout to Jill Scott, whose album dropped today, because she also went to Girls High for a minute.
Yes, she did. Shout out to Jilly from Philly, North Philly's greatest. Listen, today, I didn't know it was today. That will be on repeat. Love me some Jilly.
Shout out to Jill Scott, too, because I think Jill Scott, I ain't going to say it on air, but Jill Scott has a nonprofit, right? that is
Does
on
a lot
Broad
of good
Street.
work. Yeah.
It's on Broad Street, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're going somewhere, but okay.
Yeah, how you lose money in real estate in the last 10 years? Look, again, I don't talk bad about nobody, but that is one of the more interesting questions about that whole fiasco.
Well, he blamed JT. He blamed Yvette Carnell. He blamed Tone Talks. He blamed Tony the Closer. I mean, I guess that's how he lost the deals.
I didn't watch Yvette Carnell's response, but the one thing he said about her that I thought was wild is he blamed her for starting like a page that slanders him. I was like, damn.
All the false prophets. And she said she didn't do that. And she didn't talk. She just wrote a caption.
She said she was doing a live, like whatever evening that was.
Oh, that's
like,
right. She did. I didn't watch that. Yeah, she did. But I think in a weird way, and I told Jim this earlier, Jay had to know this was going to happen. So I think he kind of planned this. I think he kind of planned it to help because, listen, there is no such thing as bad publicity. And so publicity helps keep you relevant.
Tell that to Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, he off this off.
Allegedly.
But he's right, allegedly, very allegedly after all this. Oh, wait a minute. I think somebody said Epstein is Satoshi.
Well, somebody also said Epstein is still around living on the island somewhere. I heard that too, but
man, stop it. That's what
I was talking about.
No, can't do that one. Next, what's the next one? You still haven't read Ball's book. No, and I'm not going to read Ball's book. Sorry.
You should. It's a great piece of work. Well, it is.
All right. Wait. What am I going to learn different? Like we did a whole conference with the man. What am I going to learn different?
Well, for one, you'll see his sources and you see the data that he's citing and where he got it from.
I don't doubt his sources. I believe his sources. The man is smart. He's an academic. He is Dr. Jared Ball, but I'm asking you, what new source of information and value will I get from reading that book?
I can't answer that for you because I don't know. So me and you can read the same thing and you'll take one thing from it, I'll take another thing from it because it's all based upon a lived life experience. No, I'm just being honest.
Listen. All right, so why should I read about
what did you take away from Family Business Part 3? Like, what did you learn from that?
Listen, family is everything. It's the name of the book, baby. Matter of fact, I've been looking for some good lit. I think that might be my favorite. And then another one I'm called Weber's The Five Families is another one. So I might have to go back that way. All right, so Nicole says probably not the honey you guys are talking about, but I got honey. Hashtag honey hustler. Listen, great way to promote. And listen, how about this? How about we do this? Nicole, I want to buy a half-a-gallon jar for one of our listeners. Can you let somebody know how to do that and I'll pay for it? Go ahead and throw it in the chat. Does anybody want some honey? Real honey. From a farm. From a black farmer's farm. All right. And says, y'all pummeling 12.5 million is sick. And I agree. He's an idiot. I watched his ascend and fall. I'm not pro JM or anything. Just want to make sure it's fair across the board. I mean, yeah, it should be fair across the board. Now, I will say this, though. He did say one thing I thought was poignant. He said to be institutional, they were only at 12 million. And at that point, it's not really worth it. That's true. And he said at 50, it's a different game. That's true. Right. So you don't make a whole lot of money when you're doing institutional, any kind of money management at low levels of money. You need M's. You need 25, 30, 40, 50, really 100. Right. That's where you really get the scale and where it really makes sense. And so, him getting the raids or the investigations, as he says, I'm sure did help deter it. But I think there were some other structural things that were not in place from the start. So let's leave it at that. I will leave it at that. All right, David Shands is friends with Jalen, his wife. I don't rock with grifters. I lost money and forgiveness. That's an excuse consequences. Whoa, you were an investor, Anthony?
Listen, I keep it as transparent. I gave Jason money too. But my problem is, I didn't give him a lot of money. My problem is, I told you, sometimes, boy, I be rooting for black people so hard. Look, I gave Umar a couple dollars. And Jay. Listen, but
So
I don't
you
feel like
gave it to him. You wasn't expecting any kind of return.
Not really.
There was no ROI expectation.
Not really. No, I didn't give a lot of money because the way Ant said it, I feel like Ant lost a couple dollars. I think I put the bare minimum for that because I wanted to see it succeed. And the crazy part is, I remember Courtney telling me at the time, like, I read it in this trash. I was like, I get it. Listen, man, I'll be rooting for black folks sometimes to my own detriment.
Can I borrow some money, Jimmy? Can I have some money?
Of course you can, brother. You know you can.
So yeah, I mean, I think it was one share of $500, so I can have one share's worth of value from you.
How about this? How about I transfer you over my one share of Treff?
No. Hell no. You can keep that shit. All right. Ed says, I could have brought a city in Ohio and would have been returning healthy dividends. Damn. So that was
he's saying he's saying if he had got that money.
Yeah, I got him.
He plus one play.
I got him. Kamari, do you remember the party promotion days with Morgan? Yes, I remember a lot of those days. I was just thinking about them. So listen, I always had a problem with that, Nicole. I was there, I did it, I own it, we had fun, but I always felt like I was making white people rich, which we were. And because during that time, you know, I knew a lot of the promoters, right? One of my favorite promoters is now a real estate agent. Shout out to Algernon Allen. He was doing his thing back then. But, you know, I never forget, we did a party at Transit, which was owned by 8th Street Lounge and the people at Palmer's. And the guy said, one bottle of liquor usually generates 22 shots. An average shot, I think he said, was like $5 or $6 or something like on average. And this is like 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere around that. I mean, so it's like, you don't lose doing that. You don't lose doing that at all. And then not to mention all the shady people who will take liquor out, sell it, and then refill with water. That's a real thing. But, you know, I always felt like what we were doing didn't really have any true value in the long run. And I felt like we were making money for white folks. And I always kind of hated that.
So you want to start your own now? Truth? You want to do it like a truth like club? Like
no, I'm not built for it. I'm not built for that. Plus now, listen, man, I be wanting to be in bed at like 10 o'clock. That time is over with. That time is over with. But listen, maybe the king of day parties, you know.
King of day parties
with a purpose. You know?
R&B day parties.
I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing. But listen, I do love watching the young folks get together and have a real good time, like clean fun. I love seeing black people just have fun in general. Like, I love that. All right, so where do we go? All right, so they were saying Yale was the top dog. They are. Yale and Harvard are, but I believe Yale's the top dog. I think Harvard's number 2. UPenn is balling. That's a great question. Somebody look up what is the Yale and Harvard endowment. They probably got like 100 B.
Let's see. Top collegiate endowments. I think Texas got more than all, no they?
44. So Yale's got 44.1 billion. All right. What does Harvard say? You said Texas. What's Texas? Texas A&M.
The University of Texas. I thought they was always up there too. I know that outside of the Ivies, they was always up there.
All right. So
actually, from what I'm looking at, Harvard is number 1.
Harvard's got 56.9 billion. 56.9 billion. You said.
And by
Texas.
the way, is Harvard number 1? Texas is number 2 ahead of Yale. They got all that oil money. All that oil money. Nicole says, I know a lot of people that work for the VA. You know, that's crazy because I didn't put that. I do too. Yep. So now that you say that, I guess I do know people that work for the feds. In my head, in my head, for whatever reason, the VA wasn't like the feds. Like, but you're right.
They were its own separate thing. They were on their own island.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. There's an endowment tax? I didn't know that.
It's a tax for everything, bro.
So I'm looking at this one. It says Harvard, Yale, Stanford. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure. Duke. Yeah. And I don't know when this is. When is this? As of 2024. Yeah. So we're 2 years behind. 2 years behind. So let me see if I can find a current one. University endowments list.
And it says, I wonder if any of this money is from Ben Franklin. I know he gave Philly and Boston the city fund or something. Yeah, he did. And it was interesting when you read that story about how that money was managed. And it's also a story in compound interest. But that I don't believe there's anything to do with this endowment or the money that Penn has.
Do you remember we were
his money was to the city? But go ahead, though.
Do you remember we were somewhere and somebody said Ben Franklin left an insurance policy to the city of Philadelphia and Boston?
Yeah, but it wasn't it. No, yes. He did leave some chicken to him.
He left $1,000 a piece to both of them, and he said you got to leave it alone for 100 years at least. And I think Boston broke the agreement, or somehow kind of way got out of it.
I thought Boston made more money than us.
Maybe they did.
Let me see. All right, y'all. Give us some possible Bitcoin hashtags.
This one's weird too. Oh God, I gotta add. I don't want any ads. Go away. Go away. Yeah, this one's got Harvard too.
Boyce Watkins helped them push Treff. All right, so Boyce Watkins is throwing the buzz. Y'all catch Jilly on front. I did see Jilly on front porch. Definitely saw it.
Oh, what's front porch?
That's in DC, I believe, where the gentleman has like a artist come and perform. It's basically
he was on that. He was on that talking about
no. Jilly.
Oh, Jilly. Yes, I did see that. I saw that. Of course I did. Yes.
Jay better be happy he ain't in Caesar Pena's or Michael Noak. I'm not familiar with Michael Noak. I know Caesar Pena is the brother from Jersey. Cookie says she would like some honey. She uses it daily.
All right,
you can follow. I'm sorry.
No, so Nicole and Cookie, can y'all get together? I'm going to pay the tab for half a gallon of honey for Cookie. All right,
and said he wants some honey too.
All right, Anthony, you can get a half gallon too. You get a gallon.
Oh, even a half gallons. Oh, okay.
Half gallons.
We fly.
Like water.
No lie. You know it. All right.
What's her thoughts on
dandelion honey? So, Nicole, what do you think about dandelion honey? And second question, what do you think about Mike's hot honey?
Listen, Lorraine,
I got you.
To borrow some money too.
We definitely making others rich.
Yep.
I only spent $500 to my business at the time, and I'm honestly more pissed off at Boyce Watkins defending him after the fact that dissing black folks lost money.
Why? Well, seriously, why? I think no, but I think JT's breakdown of that situation is spot on. Everybody check out JT. Shout out to JT. JT the pocket.
There you go, Steve. I like this one for hashtag slumlord. Because I guarantee we can't spell Raz Julian because
no, I know I can't. ROO Julian.
No, it's like RAJ or something. But anyway, Slumlord Rico.
All right, so Nicole, you got 2 orders. All right, so you got one for Ant, you got one from Cookie. Can you please give them your information so they can go your way? Those orders in.
Jamil said he wants some too.
All right, 3. Jamil, you know I can't front on you.
I don't know what Ant got going on down there, but salute to you.
All right,
And by the way,
so I got one more. I got space for one more. I got
and
a
by the
tax
way,
bill I got to send to Jimmy so I can pay for it out of that.
by the way, anybody, all the ladies in the house say, no, all the ladies are watching though. Happy Valentine's Day.
No, Jigga said we not on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, I forgot we changing it. What we on now?
You gotta be paying attention.
I know, what do you call it? I forgot the name of the word. We on Akuma. Akuma. What we on? We doing Akuma? Whatever, man. Happy Akuma Day, man. Num yo ho reggae kyo. All right, with that being said, we gonna go with Slumlord or we going with Kamari?
Sure.
Akuma Day, man. Yeah, yo, happy Akuma Day, man. I'm gonna say that to my aunt tomorrow morning. She gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about?
All right, so we got Cookie, we got Ant, we got Jigga. All right, we got room.
Lorraine said she want a gallon too, man. What she want a gallon?
Right. So we got Cookie, Lorraine, Ant, and Jigga. So that's 4. I tapped out, y'all.
Jigga, that nigga Jigga.
So that's a half gallon. Nicole, how much is a half gallon? Can you throw that in the chat, please?
Taxi, Nicole, taxi.
Matter of fact, hold on. I need to do a quick check. Are all y'all in the village?
Ooh, I listen. I know Jamil is. I know Ann is. I know Lorraine is. Who's the 4th one?
No, I think Cookie's in there.
Cookie is too. Yeah, they all in the village. They all in the village.
All right, y'all good. But if you're not in the village, make sure you go to blackwealthrebels.com and subscribe. It's free for that layer. You don't get everything, but you can get a lot of stuff.
With the tilted brim on 20-inch rims. All right, so before we get out of here and do that, though, a couple things we got to put out there, man. Some housekeeping we got to do.
We got a lot of stuff to put out there.
February 28th.
Okay.
We are at the African American Museum in Philadelphia. It's a cash mob. So we're selling tickets, but we're not keeping anything. Everything goes to that institution.
Everything.
Yep. Yeah. So that go to phillycashmob.com to get your ticket. You know, shout out to our brother Don who copped 10 tickets. Legend.
10 tickets off the rip.
Legend. To support the cause. Make sure the museum, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, for those that have been to the museum, check out the museum and check out this Ruth Carter exhibit, which is super dope. Super dope. All right, what else you got? Come on, what else you got to talk about? What else you got going on?
Sunday, I'm working, but we're sold out. So we're doing a free tax clinic on Sunday in South Philly. You know, I'm always trying to be out in the community and give some tax help whenever I can. But we're sold out. We're at capacity.
Nice. What else we got going on? February 22nd.
Oh, yeah, we're doing something with Jeff, right?
No. Well, that comes after that. That's the 24th. Well, that's my day. The 22nd, I'll be in Abington.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna be at the Black Mecca Church.
Yes. That's on February 22nd for those who want to come out for that. Also, the 24th, we're part of what's the name of that joint? There's an event going on with Jeff the Wealth Builder. It's called From Access to Ownership. So how Black wealth builders use AI, credit, capital, and strategy to control the future. So who else is on here, man?
A lot of people. Our guy Ryan is on there.
Yeah, Ryan McCrary, Shamari James, Kamari Ellis, Erica Jones, Christina Sims. A lot of folks on here. He put together a whole. Okay, I see you, Jeff.
Yeah, he got a whole squad.
Yeah, so it's that. And and every Tuesday, man, me and Kamari are high school teachers now, man. Yeah, I'm saying we in the classroom with it. We are in the classroom with it. Matter of fact, let me share this with you, Kamari. I found a clip yesterday. I'm gonna post this on social too, but I'm gonna share it first.
Oh boy! Wait a minute. Do I need to brace myself, man? Because I
no. For one, man, I also gotta tell you, man, you were standing in the camera a lot too, man. You were standing right in front of the camera, man. We got some good audio, but you standing in front of the camera, so I gotta figure out a way to.
So why didn't you tell me to move? You gotta direct that thing.
Because again, I was in my bag, man. You know, I was in the inner city teaching the kids how to how to write, like all the movies where they put the the middle-aged white woman, and she goes into the inner city to teach the kids.
Yeah, speaking of which, never mind.
Uh-oh. You get ready to say something.
Yeah, you know what I was going to say.
You doing your dangerous minds?
Yeah, I guess that'd be the closest analogy. We'll tell y'all about that later. Hold on, I'm trying to find a flyer for the 28th. Did Nicole respond yet? Because there was a couple of questions from Nicole. I know Jagged asked about dandelion honey.
Let me show you. Me and Kamari was in the trenches with the Utes.
And listen, man, you got to stop taking my picture without my waiver. I didn't give you authority.
I see you went on an anti.
I can sue you for that.
No, you can't.
Listen, you saw they was about to sue him.
No, you can't. Stop it, man. Stop it, 5.
Tell the truth.
I see you wanted the anti-meta glasses this week.
I'm not anti. Just tell the truth.
I think he was trying to buy some and they were sold out. That's why you just start,
I can't afford those things. Those are out of my price range, baby.
Shout out to my guy Dave Foster too, man. I saw Dave. He was in there at the event last night, man. Legend.
I thought Dave Foster was in Florida, complaining
Dave
about.
Foster was in Philly. Dave Foster was in the trenches with me last night, man. He was at the event. He was
complaining about the cold spell in Florida, and his shrubbery got frostbite. I said, "Yo, what's the weather down there?" He said 77. I'm like, "Shut up! I don't hear nothing about your frostbite."
All right, there we go. February 28th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 701 R Street. Go to phillycashmob.com.
Right.
Looks like Kamari got himself in the center of everything, but I'm sorry.
No,
What you about to say?
A graphic designer.
I know.
But listen, we are here to raise money for a Black institution that's here to protect Black history, because Black history is under attack, and so we need all the help we can get.
There we go. All right, here we go, Kamari. Let me see where we are here. This is me and Kamari in the classroom.
I wasn't in the camera on that. You were.
You say what?
Oh, you done chopped it up, huh?
Hey, listen, man.
Where's the audio? Why haven't
you can't hear it? All right, hold on. You couldn't hear it?
No, you got to make sure you hit the little tab.
That's what it was. All right, let me see. I got you, bro.
You're waiting on that? Again, do us a favor. Share this out. I just did a video for this. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. I'll put it out on TikTok and Instagram at some point as well. But do me a favor, just share it out. If y'all can't make it, if you can't donate, please share it out. Help us support the African American Museum of Philadelphia.
All right, here we go. Let me see if you can hear it now, Kamari. You know what I'm saying? This is just one of the clips. But I got a number.
I don't remember anything else I said today outside of the fact you got to do something drawn when you get a couple dollars. Remember the rule of 72, right? Because most adults don't know this, and this is how most adults get in trouble. So the idea of money is to make your money grow, right? You put your money in a bank. How y'all got a bank account? When you put your money in a bank account, does the bank pay you?
So I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but this is us teaching to the kids, man. So
why are you not gonna play the whole thing? It was good stuff. There were bars. Drop them bars, man. Let's go.
I might drop the whole video on socials. But let's get out of here, man. How many people got this joint, man? Let's get it moving, man. It's 10:30, man.
So we have
I got some new episodes of Love Is Blind to watch, man. So
I don't know nothing about that.
How many of y'all watch Love Is Blind? I can't be alone. Anybody here watch Love Is Blind, or am I alone?
Yo, Anthony, you drawing. I'm in the village. Honey equals innate necessity. I don't want to hear nothing about your honey love, all right?
It's something in your eyes, babe. All right. So we got day one, virtue, flexibility principle, patience, unified labor day. I'm reading Jamila's joint.
Okay.
Telling me you.
Okay, we make mead, but legally can't sell it. What is mead? I always think about the
no idea.
People from like England. The dudes talking about England drinking mead. I thought that was like beer.
Mead. Let's see what's mead. You don't have to ask for nothing. All right, making mead. Honey
There it
watering
is.
yeast.
Slumlord.
Making mead.
All right, so y'all see this right? About half a gallon of honey. Although that New Jersey honey hustler honey is $55 a gallon. All right, so listen, I'm investing in y'all. So when I say y'all, it's a community. It's a community. Oh, can I get a little discount?
Yo, how many people we got in there, man? Let's get this spinning, man. They spinning. I told you I got some Lovers Blinds to watch, man.
I don't even know what that is, man.
You never seen Lovers Blind?
I don't really have a TV, so
I'm on like season. I don't even know what season I'm on. It's the newest season, man.
okay.
Is it 10?
All right,
Yeah. I'm on
Slumlord.
season 10, man.
Season 10, okay.
The 10th season, man.
Okay.
I gotta see if people find love, man. They gotta try to find love without seeing a person, man. You gotta sit in the pods and never mind. It's an experience, man.
No, thank you. No gracias. No gracias. All right, so get it up, y'all.
Hey, yo.
Hashtag Slumlord, man. Jamil's got it.
I just got a message.
Hashtag Slumlord. And listen, Miss Cookie, you know you got me traumatized, right? I'm still fearful of you screaming at me for wanting to get as much participation as possible.
So
I want us all to win.
Kamari, I just got an email while I'm on here talking to you.
Okay.
From Mifflin. Mifflin wants us to come back on March 27th. Says you were a big hit last year. And we're hoping to see you again. I just gotta see if I'll be here. I think that's when I'm in Alabama.
Wait a minute. Did I don't know that I did Mifflin with you.
Yes, you did. It was the school
In South Philly.
No,
no,
this was in
I know
East
this.
Falls.
One East Falls. I do remember that. Yep.
I just gotta see if I'll be here. I'm supposed to be in Alabama.
What's in Alabama?
Matter of fact,
you going to the slavery exhibit?
No, I'm keynoting a conference, man. My first keynote.
Yo, Jimmy be getting flown out all over the place.
You make me sound like
listen, you know what you be doing, Jimmy. Jimmy gets every time we do a presentation, he's like, yeah, I got flued out to Australia, Africa, Zimbabwe, the Antarctic.
Yeah, but you can't say it like that. You got me out here sound like I'm a Dubai porta potty.
Eat his wine. Okay, babe with honey. Okay, yo, I need some of that. What's that like? Trying to see what that's like. That's good tonight, but it doesn't have to take all night. All right, that's fine. I'm still traumatized, by the way.
That's what she said.
It's your fault that he's traumatized?
No, that it doesn't have to. Never mind. Forget it.
I mean, I don't know what you into. Shorty told you that. I don't think she really liked you. You're like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I'm chilling. I'm not gonna say nothing else, man. I'm chilling. and to answer your question, Jimmy, I didn't see that. I don't like leave. I don't know. I'm out the loop in the niggerverse. I've been working in that paper so crazy. I'm out the loop with the niggerverse, man.
So I saw the thumbnail. How can Corey have beef with the lead attorney? You know, that's wild to me.
Who is the lead attorney?
The lead attorney is another dude on YouTube who's getting money.
Oh, is he? What's he do?
Yes. He's an attorney that does stuff on attorneys. Like the attorneys got a real cheat code if they do content on there, because they can review all cases from a legal perspective.
Oh, I have seen this boy before.
Yeah. I don't even think he does law anymore. Learjet Jimmy, yes.
Don't start that, Jimmy, because you're gonna have Kamari drawn.
It's too late. I'm gone. Zoom.
Yo, but speaking of, so this Thursday, I'm doing one for the International Code Council. That's this Thursday. So shout out to the International Code Council for inviting your boy out.
All right, there we go. All right, so Miss Cookie, we have 60 seconds before I put it up on the screen and we're going to go.
Actually, no, it's not this Thursday. It's the 26th. I just realized that. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm half sleepy. I got to get to Love is Blind, though.
Oh, Lord. All right, so 30 seconds. We got 8. We got 25 people in the room tonight. Listen, we had a great show tonight. One of the most
we had a lot of folks here a little while ago.
Yes, we did.
That's why I'm trying to get us out of here because it's time to tap out, man.
Nah, never time to tap out. Never surrender.
That's never mind.
All righty. So listen, we are going to spin the wheel. Good luck to everybody. I believe Jamel put up $25 and Sats are 35,000, I think.
Y'all know, if y'all in the village, y'all already know how to handle that.
Can you tell them again for the people who might win that have never been here before?
Go to Cash App, click Bitcoin, click Receive. It's the up or down arrow. You'll get a QR code. Tap the QR code, then you'll get the Lightning address. Send me the Lightning address, which is a long string of numbers.
All right, so 36,306 Sats. That's what you will get for $25 worth of Bitcoin. All right, and we are going to spin the wheel. We got one more, 9. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Good luck, everybody.
I should have put my name in there.
No, you shouldn't.
I should. I want some Anthony.
Anthony has got the dub.
Wait a minute. So you want to get Sats and honey? That's the making of a $40 date. That's supersized. That's supersized.
Yo, shout out to Ant too. Ant sent me a video that I'm actually going to cook on for the village, man. It was a super dope video that I totally relate to. So I appreciate you, Ant. And don't forget to send it in the village, and you'll get paid right away, man.
Or you might be watching Love is Blind, so you might want to send it now.
No, listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm about to go watch Love is Blind season 10. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget.
$10, no whammies.
Support us on February 28th, man. Our cash mob, man. We try and raise some capital for the African American Museum. You know what I mean?
Yes. Again,
it's also going to be it's a dope exhibit, and it's going to be a dope conversation.
All right, so all money goes to the African American Museum. Again, we are collecting it, and then we are giving it right over to them. All transparency. We'll do a report on it and everything. How do you put it? So you gotta send Nicole your address. So send her an order. I believe she said to send it to the Honey Hustler Farm, even though I know it's not the name. That's what's
Drop it in the village.
I believe it's Sweet Acres Farms. Message you, come on, okay. Where do I message you at? I message you mostly on Instagram. This is hilarious to me. All right, so everybody got it. Listen, if you don't get it, just hit me up, and I will make sure you get it.
All right, y'all. Listen, appreciate you guys.
Send a DM on Arbery Sweet Acre Farms. There we go, y'all. Y'all been great. See you next time. See you. Be great.
Peace.